We won a battle, but not the war. Привет, it's joanaswan. I cannot not talk about the Super League and the crazy day we've been having since this weekend. A crazy bomb that just dropped. And now, it seems that the Super League will be over. After all, the football might win against business, but we still have to stay sharp. So some people might say, what's the Super League? I'm not going to go all over the Super League because a lot of people cover it. And I just want to talk about some very specific aspect. We know that he was pushed by the Real Madrid president, that he's also, of course, the big boss of the Super League. And Barca was following, and a lot of teams in UK was following, and some teams in Italy as well. So what's going on? Why they all want to have the Super Leagues? You know, you don't have any fire prior to smoke. It's because they want to have more money, because UEFA is making a lot of money out of those teams, and they were hoping to get, you know, a little bit more, like much more, and being selfish because they forget about the over teams as well, that maybe are not bringing as much, you know, audience, but they are bringing them the player that they used to play today, because they're great for training and making a typical player get excellent, or, you know, just doing all the recruitment of, you know, small clubs, and work a lot on making sure that some player get a shot at getting big, and train them for that. So what's going on? So we have different topics to cover today. So is UEFA was now where is going on? I mean, the European Super League was being talked for years, over 10 years now. But this bomb, I mean, they have, you know, people on the outside, they must have know what's coming after a while. So the quick reaction, like blocking a lot of things, like, hey, you know what, if you go to the Super League, you're going to have some problem in your national team, you're going to have problems, you won't be able to do any other competition because this is private, you won't be able to play for the World Cup or the Euro Cup. This is like very strong, and I really respect that, you know, from the UEFA. But it doesn't mean you're against the Super League, you mean you're pro UEFA. Don't get me wrong, UEFA is not perfect. So Alexander Seferin made a huge announcement, and it was great to hear him thanking like 3 or 4 major clubs, and those clubs are, of course, the Bayern Munich and the French team Paris Saint-Germain and Lyon as well, because they didn't get along, so they kind of gave their support to UEFA. And it's kind of funny because UEFA was not kind to the Paris Saint-Germain. You know, when the Paris Saint-Germain started having a new sponsor, new funds from the Qatar, they started putting the fair play. So it kind of blocked the investment possible, and it was really hard for Manchester City, and Paris. You know, they have to compete against the big, and they got stopped by some weird financial blocked. But that's funny is that Paris Saint-Germain is being really great with their finance, not like Barcelona, who's facing a lot of difficulty. But Barcelona is all about the Super League, but they still have to get back from the supporter on what's going to be happening any few days. But it's great to see him standing and making a statement right after. They were having last night a crisis meeting for the Super League. So a lot of news is coming, because right now a lot of teams like that were pro and they sign up for the Super Leagues actually retrieving very fast. They're all dropping. All the 6 teams in UK are dropping. This is madness. And there is many reasons for that. So Florentino Perez is the head of the Super League, is the head of, Real Madrid, is doing this for his own agenda. Let's be honest. Like, he has a lot of, it has a lot of how can I say that nicely? He has a lot of, personal agenda, and for his teams to make more money. And I don't think he's doing that for the football. Not at all. Let's just be honest for a second. And yeah, we do want his head technically. So, but he didn't thought that we're just gonna let it happening. And I'm so happy to see that the fan was protesting. We're in the middle of the pandemic. They don't care. They burned their jersey. They went to the headquarters of their teams and say, what the hell are you doing? You don't get to do what you want with your team, because who's gonna watch the game? Who is gonna pay for the tickets? Of course, that's us. So we do have a word to say about that. And many of us don't support the Super League. So a lot of people thought football is dead, and a lot of people made statements. It could be from player to coaches to anyone. And you can see that football is for the fan. So think about it. You might not like watching some games with some teams that are not as prestigious as you want it, but it's a part of the football. Football, like, it's having some dream, some hope that a team, if she perform well enough, she will be able to play against the big boys. But you want to kill that dreams? You want to kill the spirit of football? Come on. That's not going to happen. So some player like Paredes on their area for Paris Saint-Germain, they speak out. They're not all the player. A lot of captain of teams want to get together and find a solution against it. And I'm not surprised that those two players kind of come out, because Paris Saint-Germain made a straight point. But some players don't want to go into that because I think they may be afraid of a sponsor and the position of their teams, and they might be transferring from a team to another team. But this is going to affect the transfer as well, because UEFA could have stopped those. Like, we can say, if you want still part of UEFA, you can have any business with any teams part of the European Super League. Keep that in mind. They barely talk about the women. That was one of the main problems, because they're going to be affected as well. But after the live that I did last night, we kind of realized that I have a long debate, like almost 3-hour live about the Super League with like about 10 guests. Those Super League format might be great for maybe the women, but not for the men, because the way you're doing is mainly the main team for the Champions League. So having the need of new budget might be great for the women teams, but this is truly killing the men for sure. Also, a lot of coaches speak out. You have Klopp, you have Peps that, make a strong statement, and I admire that. And I want to say thank you to them for doing so. But some of the coach don't want to say anything, or just kind of lay back, or just like Pochettino just say, I don't know much about it. I don't know all the details. I cannot make a statement as I speak. I mean, Nasser is the president of your club, and he's really deep into it, and you telling us that you know nothing? Come on. Don't play like that with us. So when you're talking about Nasser, it's the president of Paris Saint-Germain, is making a huge comeback, because he's been quite discreet lately. But what I really, really, really like, let me tell you what I really like, is that now, when you think of it, he's coming back strong. He make PSG look strong. It doesn't matter what was his agenda, because a lot of people say Paris Saint-Germain is not going to go for the Super League because the Qatar that own the Paris Saint-Germain have a World Cup coming, so we don't want any trouble. But now Nasser he's at the head, is the president of the ECA for about 3 years. And you have to keep in mind that he is sharing the direction with the head of the Bayern Munich, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. I'm sorry if I said it wrong. And those two, they're strongly against the Super League. So it's no surprise that they were chosen. And I have to agree with that, because it's not Real Madrid who's going to protect the football and the integrity of football and the development of football when you're trying to do a Super League. Come on. So what's going on with the UEFA? Like, they have a huge repulse, like I say. They're trying to block a lot of actions that were possible for the Super League. So they want maybe too strong, but that was the right spot. Like, can you really do that? Can you really not letting the player play to the national teams? Can you really make sure like the Super League cannot play on the national league as well? That was strong, really strong. So technically the Super League is dead to me. Like, you have to keep in mind they might be doing this also to get what they want, more money, because now the UEFA is trying to negotiate to have new sponsor and have more money so they can give them more. So maybe it was the end game. But the some of the president, they probably gonna look very bad, and some probably gonna resign or have to, because it doesn't matter how much you apologize, you went for it after you retracted. You have some team like Everton, they make a statement, they say, oh, we don't go there. We don't want to go there. That's not how football is done. And some club turn around and say, you know what, we apologize, we're sorry, we should not have done it, but the heart was done. So they're gonna have to work a lot to get back to trust of their fan, because we don't forget that easily. But thank you for watching, and I hope that the football will still stay strong. And if you like the video, don't forget to click on the bell after you subscribe, of course, so you can get a notification whenever I post a video. And a lot of times, thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.